Hello, everyone. This is the East Coast Economic Update for March the 19th, 2009. A few items I'd like to bring about, and then also speak about the possible real estate issues downstate. Yesterday, I was down in Manhattan for a medical checkup, and was looking around and have noticed that they're trying to quickly finish up any projects that were half done. A lot of skeletons are being filled out that were started a few years ago, and then apparently there was, especially around East 71st Street in Amsterdam, West 71st Street, 74th Street in Amsterdam. There's a huge building that they had ripped down, and now they're building I think it's a 20-floor complex, and they're rushing to finish it because they're running out of cash. In other news, Geithner's under heat. I will, of course, put all my articles in my more information box. Just want to let you know about that. Geithner, obviously a handmaiden to Goldman Sachs, and that's really what's going on here. People are trying to protect Goldman Sachs and and JP Morgan, of course, to keep things, the money flowing under the table so they don't look as bad as, say, AIG. As we saw earlier in the week, AIG admitted to giving the bulk of their monies to both Societe Generale and Goldman Sachs, and Goldman Sachs also trickled it down to Citigroup and some to JP Morgan. Some thoughts on Geithner. He was the one who handed basically Paulson the 8-page option, and also made the decision to let AIG live and Lehman Brothers die. Now, don't forget, guys, just to let you know, it's kind of curious that AIG held a lot of debt that they owed Goldman Sachs. They lived, but Lehman Brothers was owed money by Goldman Sachs, and they died. So, yes, it's not a conspiracy, it's a matter of fact. Also, Geithner is under the gun, and it looks like people want to axe him. I would like to make a suggestion to the administration. If you're watching, probably you are. So you folks at Homeland Securities, just to throw something out to you. Not that I agree with this fellow 100%, but Nouriel Roubini seems to be the better option. I know you guys will never have Ron Paul, because he would just gut this entire system out and return it back to the Constitution. So I'm offering at least a reasonable option. Bring Nouriel Roubini in and let him do what everyone should have done a long time ago, which is shut down these banks and just knock it down to 3 or 4 solvent banks, and let's start all over again. Ben Bernanke and the Federal Reserve obviously, held things as put, and now finally, after threatening, he's still threatening actually, to buy up to $300 billion of his own treasuries. It's like you making furniture, paying for building that furniture, and then buying some of that furniture so it looks like somebody is buying something from your store. In other words, kids, you're buying your own stuff. It's a feedback loop that is going to basically, this is the beginning of cannibalism. When a society starts to buy its own bonds, it's the beginning of the end. And notice, if you have noticed, the dollar index yesterday, before the announcement, was at almost 87 cents on the basket of currencies. It is now near 81. Actually, it's been flowing between 81 and 82 cents. Now, last year at this time, actually around Passover, so that would have been around the 17th or 18th of April, the dollar index was hovering around 72, 71. If it went below 70, it would have collapsed. Now, don't forget, every time that dollar drops in value, that means the Chinese are losing money on the bonds that they're holding. So this is my theory. This is what's happening. This is the bond and credit bubble. This is the final bubble that's going to burst. It's inflating. It's inflating quickly, and I say by July, the said bubble is going to burst between May and July. By that time, we will be at 11%. I think we're going to be close to 10% unemployment by April's numbers. And by May, June, July, we'll be around 12, 13%. Because, a bank can't be a bank if the money that they're trading is worthless. It has to be backed by something. And as you know, it was during the Great Depression backed by gold and silver, a mixed metals currency. Now we're just trading paper like it's a monopoly game, and it's going to come to an end. So I just want to let you know that. As far as the going back to me, the real estate company that I called, that was looking at that property, has yet to call me back. I'm going to give them another call today. If I get a response, I will share it with you, just to let you know. And other news. I think that's pretty much it. But I think that I think this is it. By May, we should start to see. The Chinese have already, actually Friday evening of last Friday, they started questioning whether the safety of the bonds are, the U.S. bonds are safe. Chinese people are, if you've never experienced them, are very calculating. They never say anything unless they are intending to do something and they've already done it. Before they tell you about it, it's already been done. So when they start questioning the bonds, that means they've already pulled their bonds. They're very nice people until you find yourself in shackles and the Cultural Revolution is upon you. By that time, everybody's saying, I have a real problem with your politics, while the bullet is going through your head. So this is what's happening. The United States is being set up. It has been set up. And it's being set up because we set them up. So one last thing I'd like to share with you. I wanted to read it to you, but I think that it would be too long. I was on the train yesterday, and Jewish people every day read a different psalm and then read one of the proverbs that are, there's 31 proverbs, whatever. Anyway, Psalm 73. For all you truthers and awakened folks, Psalm 73 was meant for you and me. So I'm going to leave that attachment to you. Please read it. It may give you some solace. All right, guys. And of course, Friday will be Ask the Rabbi. And I think I'm going to speak about the Nephilim, the great giants. One of them being Goliath. So, until further notice, let me know what's going on in your areas. Obviously, there are more and more for rent signs coming up, and I'm really trying to get an idea of what the prices are. So as soon as I find out, I'll let you know. Till further notice, folks, peace.